How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing you guys a brand new Disney Marvel's Thor Ragnarok review. And for today's segment, guys, we're going to be talking about that specific movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And specifically, folks, with Thor's movies, they're definitely interesting to watch, folks. Definitely. But I would say that this movie in itself, folks, was like a standalone. Like, I didn't even watch the last couple Thor films. I just saw it because I was like, I want to see a Thor film. I want to see what the big deal about it is. And I saw it, and I have to say that grade A, folks. Definitely grade A material right there. It was interesting from the beginning all the way down to the very end, folks. And I have to say that Thor as a character by itself, his adventures are always interesting. It's always interesting how a god himself can be so diminished in a film, folks. It's very interesting to see how we always see him in the Avengers as this very powerful person, this very omnipotent person, and just now reduced to nothing in Thor's Ragnarok. It's very interesting how they actually handle this character. They handle this character very well too, as it was actually the coming of age for Thor himself to take the throne, to be the rightful king of Asgard itself. For Valhalla, folks. Yes, it was a very, very Viking-esque material. We got the Valkyries coming in. We got a prominent villain in the story, folks, that actually made all the other gods themselves they felt very underpowered under her. Oh my god. Which, by the way, the main villain, the main antagonist of the story, Hela itself, the goddess of death in the Norse mythology, of course. This character here was definitely interesting to look at the beginning. Personally, I felt fear from the way the characters kind of shuddered her name every single time. You could tell Thor, Loki, and a lot of the other Asgardians, they felt the fear that they would actually lose their home. And the theme of throughout the whole entire film that was actually being centered around was the fact that it was Asgard itself is the people. Not the city, but the people. I like that was the recurring theme every single time, because Thor himself was always thinking like, oh no, I have to save Asgard. But he meant, in the beginning of the film, he was talking about as, I have to save the city, but not the people. But then as the movie starts going more deeper and deeper in depth, you could say, like I said, it's a coming of age story. Thor starts noticing and starts finding out the truth about Asgard itself, the dark and side truth that Hela herself, this main villain, was actually the one that actually made Asgard itself, made Asgard the way that it stood itself on its pillars, its platform. She basically is the one that built Asgard itself. She was the one that helped plumage all the other towns, villages, enemies with Odin herself. And also Odin, by the way, spoiler alert, Odin may rest in peace for eternity, or wherever thou he shall be. But like I said, it was very interesting seeing that character go away, because it actually pivoted Thor's character to actually go forward, and Loki's character, not really changed. Not really. I don't know, like, for Loki's character, I feel like he didn't really change. He still was the same character throughout the whole entire film. Even from the other Thor films, the Avengers, regardless, he still felt like there's nothing growing for this character. It just felt like everything that involves him, there's something that has to be an end game for him that will actually help him along the way. And which I like how the way that Thor actually explained for Loki's character is the fact that you're always you're always gonna be the same. I'm sorry, I'm saying always changing. No, he told him specifically at the end of the film that you're always gonna be the same. You're never gonna change. And it's so funny because Thor found it in a very amusing manner that wow, throughout all the years, I thought I was the one that wasn't gonna change, but it's apparently you, because of the fact that that you're always gonna do the same tricks over and over again. I thought that was very hilarious that Thor kind of pointed that out to Loki. And Loki was just kind of pissed off, because it's like, dude, Thor is moving on. How could this guy not move on? Like, it's hilarious, like, Thor is tired of the shenanigans that Loki does. It's very interesting to see that Loki's character, put him to the side. He's not even that powerful anyway. Thor's character, on the other hand, oh my god. Like I said, it's this coming Jingle story, and I like the way the battles were actually centered throughout the whole entire film. The Asgardian battles, oh my freaking god. There was never boredom. I never yawned once. Every time you watch you yourself as a viewer, you're watching a film, you're like, oh, there's a lot of talking about. Nah. No, the film itself has a very balanced way of showing just how comical the movie can get. through many of the side characters, and that in itself, as we get a lot of actual, how do you say, spin-offs. We get a lot of actual recurring themes from outside Asgardian, but more in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We actually get a lot of these cues in, and that is Doctor Strange. We got Doctor Strange in the film, folks. That was very interesting. I didn't think they would pull Doctor Strange in it. I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, this movie is now bringing all the worlds together. It brought freaking Doctor Strange, even though he was still for a little bit, but it still shows that Thor is not connected to Doctor Strange, or Doctor Strange is actually connected to the other cinematic universes. See? Very interesting how the Marvel's actually working on with their actual characters. Very interesting. And I love the fact, too, is that we got involved with the Hulk. And I'm pretty sure all of you guys are kind of wondering, too, the Hulk, whoa, what did he do in the film? Was he throughout the film? No. He was more so or less, I would say, 1/3 of the film, because it didn't really focus on the Hulk. Hulk itself was more of, how do I say this, the side story that involved with Thor, his actual welcome home stage, where like Thor is sent away somewhere and he has to find a way to get back. And during that stage, that's where Thor is kind of finding more and more about himself and as to what he has to do in order to actually gain more allies outside of the Asgardian race in order to actually help himself too. And I found it very interesting, the relationship between Thor and Hulk. Like, I feel like it was a pun on a lot of viewers, because a lot of viewers outside, the comics are always saying, no, Thor is stronger than Hulk. No, the Hulk is stronger than the Hulk. I specifically believe that this film, it specifically showed that the Hulk was weaker than Thor. I definitely can agree that it really showed that. And do you guys know why it showed that? Because we actually got a climactic battle between Thor and the Hulk. We got that. The film really did pretty well on that actual specific fight. But thanks to Jeff Goldblum's actual interference as the War Master, or the Lord Master, whichever one you want to call it. With Jeff Goldblum's experience, it actually made it very hilarious. But like I said, with his interference, it didn't really specifically showcase who was really stronger. But the hints that they kind of showed in the film itself, it showed that the Hulk is definitely weaker than Thor. I specifically like that because Thor really is the embodiment of lightning and thunder itself. He is the god of thunder, in which I like the fact that Jeff Goldblum was just always calling him, "Can we welcome to the stage the Lord of Thunder?" Like, I just love the fact that, like, he just downplayed Thor, and Thor was just looking at him, like, every single time, like, what the heck, man? It's the God of Thunder. Get it right. Like, they're like two little kids just arguing over the freaking namesake. It's very hilarious. I'm telling you, the film is funny, and it's very action-heavily paced. I'm telling you guys. And the thing is, with the themes with the Planet Hulk theme was very interesting, because we got to see a side of Bruce Banner that we never thought we actually got to see in the other actual Marvel Cinematic Universes, and that is the Hulk itself being in control throughout the whole entire time. And the Hulk itself, it seems that we saw that the reason that the Hulk itself was more so or less frightened in a very childlike manner. Of course, the Hulk has like a pea-sized brain, as the Hulk is just more muscle, no brain, but it kind of showcased the relationship between Earth and Hulk itself. Oh, the Hulk, the reason he wanted to stay away from Earth is because the fact that he's not loved. He's constantly being attacked. At least here he can actually feel like he's home. He feels like he's somebody, because in Planet Hulk he looked like he was the king. He was living a pretty lavish life. Not gonna lie to you guys. But like I said, it's very interesting how they brought the Hulk into the Asgardian universe, because it was thanks to the Hulk itself that they were actually bring about Hela's conquest itself. Small manner. I mean, the Hulk really wasn't all. Like I said, he wasn't really too heavily influenced in the Asgardian part, but it's just that he was just a key ally in helping defeat Hela, the villain itself. Which I want to go back to the topic again with Hela. I know I'm sorry for being all over the place, but it's just very interesting that how Hela's character was a very defining character. Like, in all the Marvel universes, the films that they've shown so far, Hela's character, she could have gone pretty far. The way that her character was set out, she was a very strong antagonist, a very powerful one, and I love the fact how they handled her was that to defeat her was basically her own strength against her, which is I found that very hilarious. But with Thor's actual, like I said, with his own involvement, I would be fine if they involved Hela outside the Asgardian universe itself. That would be very frightening, folks. Oh my freaking god. You know why? Because this battle-prone antagonist definitely can hold out herself against by herself. For Pete's sakes, she brought down a city by herself. Remember, Asgardians are very strong warriors. They're not necessarily puny humans. Like I said, definitely one to look at. Like I said, and it's very interesting that how throughout our team it involved more on the family matters, like abandonment and you know, false preaching. I like how the fact that like she was actually the one that trying to tell the truth to everybody, but it's so hilarious that like she's trying to preach the truth, but the truth itself is gonna it hurts Asgard itself. It's very interesting, very interesting. But like I said, last topic that I do want to mention, there was one more. Oh yes, it was the actual end sequences, folks. The end sequences. Oof. Who was that in the ship? Who was that? Not gonna lie to you. Who was that? Because I, for one, was thinking like, you know, once Thor took over the throne, I'm kind of curious. Whoa. Was that freaking the main villain for the whole entire story? Because I mean, the Tesseract itself, it got destroyed back in Asgard. So I don't know if Loki has the Tesseract itself. If Loki does have the Tesseract, whoa, that means that Thanos finally got it. And if he does that mean that now he finally is getting one part of the gem, or does that mean that the Asgardians are now captured by Thanos, or a subgroup of somebody under control of Thanos itself? Like I said, they didn't really give in too much details, but like I'm just curious as to like what's gonna happen, because you're looking at this in a specific point, like how they're kind of blending the stories, you know, all together. So with the Asgardians captured, what is that gonna bring back the Guardians of the Galaxy involved with it? Is it gonna involve them kind of rescuing each other in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Like, I'm not too sure. It would be pretty interesting if they kind of did that. But we don't know that. They just gave us a hint that it was somebody stronger with a bigger ship that actually is gonna capture the Asgardians. Like I said, oh my god, it's very interesting, very freaking interesting, folks. I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait to see what they're gonna be doing with the actual Asgardians in the actual future cinematic universe. I can't wait. It's gonna be galactical. It's gonna be beautiful, folks. Beautiful. Oh yes. But can I just say one thing, last thing too? My favorite scene out of the whole entire film is every time Thor starts fighting, they always play the Led Zeppelin song for Thor's battle theme. It's so hilarious. I'm like, what, dude? Every single time. Oh. Like every single time, like Thor is gonna jump into battle, jump to the land of the ice, and you just see like Thor just getting ready to pummel into battle. Like I just love the fact that like they kind of did that. It was very interesting that like we know Thor's theme is the immigrant song. Like to me, it's hilarious, but it's like it fitted in the film. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even with when he fought Surtur in the beginning of the film, which I thought was very hilarious too. It was very underplayed there. Like I'm just wondering, like, oh my god, man, the immigrant song is definitely Thor's theme song. No joke about that. Very hilarious. Ooh. But I'm telling you guys, best part of the film is when Thor gets his electrical powers based on like I said, his coming of age story. Ooh. It's when he's just electrifying and he just charges into battle and he just does like a spin towards his enemies and he's just electrifying everybody while he's going towards the enemies. Ooh! Sorry about that, but ooh, man, that was beautifully cinematically captured right there. Ooh! Love the fact that they kind of did that. That was an intense fight. You see that in animes. You don't see that in live action films. No, you see that in animes. That was an anime-esque move right there. I love that about that. That was pretty cool. Like that was the best fight scene I seen where Thor just came in all charging in, electrified eyes, electrified body. This guy was like a 1980s theme going on there. I'm telling you, very cool, very hilarious. Love it. I'm telling you. Loved it. You guys gotta watch Thor for yourself and let me know down in the comments as to what you guys' thoughts on the film itself. What do you guys think about the actually ending of the story itself? Do you guys think that the Asgardians got captured? Do you guys think it's somebody that's actually gonna help them actually get to Earth itself? Or do you guys think that that because they have the Hulk in there and stuff, they'll be actually able to escape. Like I said, it's very interesting. And also, what do you guys think what happened to the Tesseract itself? Like I said, I think they still might have the Tesseract on board. They have to. They have to. They couldn't leave the Tesseract back at home. No way, no how. Somebody's got to at least carry the Tesseract. If not, if it is back at home, oh man, that's going to be a one long back trip back to Asgard. Yeah. But like I said, let me know down in the comments. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Thor movie discussions, Marvel cinematic discussions, anime rants, otaku related content, and all that good jazz. Like I said, let me know down in the comments. And as always, guys, hope to see you guys again in the next video. But peace out, folks.